Hello, I'm Lesley Logan. Today we're going to do control balance off the reformer. So this is such a fun exercise. It looks really crazy because you're doing a cartwheel off the reformer, but it really is just you taking your rolling like a ball and your tree and putting it on steroids. So if you can roll like a ball and you can do your tree, you could probably do this, right? If you're not doing things where you go over onto your neck, then probably this isn't for you. But there are preps you can practice. You also can practice just going off and then adding on back another day, right? And know that if you're not a dancer, you can still do this in a very cool way. I'm not a dancer and I do it my way. So 2 heavy springs on for stability. Headrest is down because you'll have probably done your tick-tock and your corkscrew. And you want to set yourself up so that your forearms can fit between your head and the shoulder rest. That's kind of how I measure. Then I grab the sides of my shoulder blocks from my back, just like I do my tree, and then you take your legs up to the sky. Now, make sure your neck is nice and long and you're staying on your shoulder girdle. Then you can take one hand to the top of the shoulder rest, press into it from your back as the opposite leg reaches down to find the outside of the reformer. This is a prep. This leg is reaching up. This should look like your tree. Right? And then take the leg up, the hand goes back, and you switch. You reach your other leg up to the sky, not forward, but up. And this leg is reaching down, touching the outside of the frame so I can find it. Then I go back. I'm going to reach this leg up so much that I can tip. And there's a moment where my shoulder and my foot are touching at the same time. So my shoulder was touching the carriage, my foot was touching the floor. Then you take your hands off. You can do whatever you want. I try to get longer, longer, longer. This leg is reaching just like in my elephant. You can come up into like a swan on one leg, and then you come back down. Now, hand comes back. This hand goes here. I'm literally looking up at this leg. The more this leg goes up, the more I can tip on my shoulder and land in the center. And then you would just do the prep to the other side so you're even. The leg reaches up to tip you over. You come up, you lift, and then you come down. So what you do when you're off to the side is entirely up to you, right? But what I don't want to see when you're doing this is that you're taking the legs into the splits. This leg has to reach up as this leg reaches down, so that you can roll off, right? This leg is reaching that way, and this leg is reaching down. And it's reaching down so much that as I come up, this is picking me up. This leg is reaching back, and that's how I can come back on. Some days are prettier than others, so don't worry about it, right? It's not a big deal. Just don't crash land on your head. But notice how I was rounding into myself and I was really looking at my back leg. The more you look at that back leg, the more you actually get your center of gravity over. And I never dropped. I never fell. I definitely pulled myself up. So again, you can practice doing the prep, just switching the legs. You can practice going off but not coming back on, and then working on coming back on. If you have someone to help you, pull your leg up to the sky. It's actually really helpful. And I will say it took me years to make sure I land in the center on both sides. Some days I still struggle with that, especially when I'm talking. So I hope you enjoy that. You can control balance off sooner than you think if you are practicing your single leg elephant, your tree, you're rolling like a ball, and your tendon stretch. I promise you got this. I'm Lesley Logan. Thank you so much for watching. For any questions or comments, you can put them below, and make sure you subscribe to this channel so you never miss a video from me. See you next time.